what I'll speak about is our journey. And so I'm one of the co-founders of Biosense. We are a medical device company based out of Mumbai, and we design medical sensors. So I'll talk about the product in some time. But I was sitting there with a bunch of guys, Kiran among others, and we were discussing ideas, and that's when it all started for us. As many of you, about 5 years back, I was in final year of MBBS, Nayar Hospital, and we wasted a lot of time. We used to waste a lot of time. So part of that, you look into technology, not related to medicine and not with the objective to do something. It's just like, hobby. You're interested in something. Could be gardening, could be anything. But so our hobby was technology. So we used to play with electronics. Among those who would be electronic engineers here, electrical engineers here, IC 741s and 555s and things like that we used to play with. And then we had an idea. The idea was that can we have a better way to screen for anemia? So anemia is a deficiency of hemoglobin, which is the molecule responsible for carrying oxygen in blood. So we looked at existing technologies and said, what, this is probably doable. Let's do it. Now here's the first step, the idea. And as again Saloni said, ideas are worth nothing. Ideas are only as good or as bad as the execution. Now the worst thing that you can do is sit on an idea and do nothing. The next best thing to happen is execute it, do it badly and fail. The best thing is, of course, you execute it perfectly, you have the idea perfect, and everything is perfect. So here, when we were starting off, there were two problems that we had. One, I was graduating out of college, and like any decent MBBS graduate, my parents wanted me to do an MD or an MS, if not that, a diploma, or specialize in some sort of medicine. And I didn't want to do that. So if I follow that idea, I had to leave medicine. And we didn't have any engineering skills apart from very basic hobby skills of 741s and 555s. But we took that plunge, and I'll tell you why. If you're straight out of college, and Saloni said that as well, and if your parents are doing well health-wise and financially, and you don't have to send money home, what do you need money for? The next 2 years are essentially, you can survive with very little money, and you can work on your idea in a risk-free way. The only problem here for an MBBS graduate, it was an MD MS degree. For an engineer, it would either be a master's or a job, right? And master's, okay, fair enough. It buys you can just delay the whole process by 2 years or 3 years. But you'll come at the same point where you either go into a regular job or you have an idea and you really decide to follow it up. So if you're straight out of college, do it. What's the worst that can happen? You'll fail? Fair enough. You learn probably twice the stuff that you've learned in the past 4 years of college. Everything, not only engineering. If you're a techie, you'll understand how you can apply everything you've studied, everything you've marked and written in your exams, and you have no clue of why you're writing it. You'll actually apply it. You'll get a lot of soft skills. You'll learn how to sell an idea, then sell a product, and believe me, it's probably the most difficult thing to do, to sell something. It's not easy. For some people it comes naturally, but for most it doesn't. The problem about such people, designers, is they're very, very rare. They're very rare, and by their personality, because they're so perceptive, they're usually very soft-spoken. So if they have an input, they'll say it once, they'll say it twice, but they won't repeat it if you choose to ignore that input. So along with business, along with technology, I think the focus has to be design. Technology is a tool, business is then the outcome, but the center is design. And design is not limited to product design or graphic UI. It can be the design of a process. Design is how you talk to a customer service. If somebody is not happy about their life insurance, what is the design of the flow? How do you map that? And I hope it can be taught. I've been trying to learn it, but some people are gifted. They are born with that kind of perception, and that is the person you need on your team. So, of course, along with a brilliant management team, very important. Somebody who understands business, is familiar with the business model canvas, very important. Technology, of course, but I wanted to make a point about design. So now you've put the idea, and now you have the team. So now you have to go ahead and somehow make it, right? This is the real chicken or egg problem. Because you're straight out of college, and the one principle we had is we didn't want to take money from our parents. And we didn't have money. So where do you get the money from? So to get money, you have to show something, right? If you have an idea, some traction, a prototype, anything. But for that, you need money. So it's a chicken and egg problem where to prove an idea, you need money, and you can't prove the idea until you have the money. So somehow, the point is, take an educated case, fill up the canvas, take a guess, take the first step. I'm not saying that it's the best thing. It will fulfill all your requirements. Make something barely which works, or even one step back. Make a mock-up. Like Gans talked about the mock-up for the vegetable cooler, right? It might be a cardboard box with something written. Take something to your customer and then try to represent your ideas in the best way possible and ask him if it makes sense. And it's getting easier and easier to prototype nowadays. For example, if you want ICs, TI gives you ICs for free. You want mobile apps, buy a mobile and just make an app. So it's getting easier and easier to prototype, and you should not wait for money to make a prototype. You don't need money to make a prototype. You need very little of it, and you'll get that. You usually get that somehow. So once you have something, take it out to the customer, and because what we didn't realize earlier was that how difficult it is. It is difficult. It's not easy, and so we started making the touchscreen prototypes, and we did this process about 30 times. And we're still doing it. We're still working on the accuracy of touchscreen. We haven't reached the bar that we want to. But here again, the point is that it's like a boxing match. You've not failed, you've not been knocked out until you refuse to get up again, right? So take prototypes, take it to your customers, show them, take feedback, come back, iterate, go ahead. The next thing is essentially, once you have a product, and then of course you take the leap, which is of course most important, and you have people to support you. You have organizations like Wilco who will not only provide you with the financing, which is a very small part of the product offering that Wilco has, but more importantly, mentor you and shape you to think more than a techie. For example, I was having a discussion with the team, and our discussions were going towards technology, and it makes sense. We are excited about technology. You are excited about technology. But the mistakes that we make as engineers is that we put technology ahead of the solution. Technology is not the solution. Technology is a tool for the solution. So, and Wilco helped us understand that. We were pure techies. We were like, should I use the MSP 430? Should I use the TMS 320? Should I use this Bluetooth? Should I use the Zigbee? But Wilco taught us to step back and look at the problem and then use technology to solve it, which is very important. So after now you have a product, hopefully in some form, you're taking it out, you're beginning to get investment. Now you suddenly have 10 people on the team, and this is where it starts to get tricky, because you started off from a hostel room, and now you're in like a real office, and you have employees, and you have to pay people, and you have to make sure that leaves are accounted for, and you need to have HR policies in place. This is where you need the guidance of a seasoned. You need mentors. You need very good mentors. You need a board who you can speak to and solve your problems. But all of this is part of a journey. If you have the courage to take your idea, your little speck of an idea, if you start rolling it down the mountain, it will snowball. And you will get people to support you.